We humans are competitive, and sometimes that competitiveness doesn't end well, but sometimes it drives us to do great things. Athletes always strive to push themselves and their sports to their limits and innovating just to win. And sometimes those innovations have a lasting effect and impact on the sport they practice. And one of those athletes whose innovations had a lasting impact on kayaking is Milo Duffek. And what makes his story even more inspiring is that he did it while risking his life.
Slovakia starting the race of the final C1 men.
Now, for most paddlers, the name Duffek might immediately ring a bell. It's the name of a bow-turning stroke used in whitewater kayaking. But many might not know the crazy story of how it was brought into the world. As whitewater kayaking grew in popularity in the 1930s, canoe slalom was born, and it quickly grew in popularity. For those unfamiliar with canoe slalom, I have made a whole video about it and its history, which you can check out here. Or here. I don't know. In a nutshell though, it's a timed whitewater race, so you can imagine being as fast and efficient as possible is key to winning. And in the early days, getting in and out of eddies was done using sweep strokes, having the disadvantage of slowing the boat and thus losing speed. So you can imagine the kayaking world was turned upside down when a young man by the name of Milo Duffek pioneered his crazy efficient bow-turning stroke during the 1953 Slalom World Championship in Murano, Italy. No one had ever seen anything like this. Duffek's stroke was fast, it was fluid, and it flowed into his forward stroke, not losing him any speed while he was eddying out. By the way, if you want to know more about how to actually perform a Duffek stroke, I have linked a video in the description to a great tutorial. Milo's life and paddling career, as with many people of that time, were greatly interwoven with events of the Second World War, and after the Iron Curtain descended on Europe, he ended up on what many felt as the wrong side of the divide. Milo got stuck in communist Czechoslovakia, and although he qualified for the 1948 Olympics, he was not allowed to leave or compete. But that all changed in 1953 with the Slalom World Cup in Murano, Italy. Duffek was allowed to attend, but only under the supervision of a guard who traveled with him to the event. There, Duffek literally blew people's minds with his new technique, and the question wasn't if he would win, but by how much. Funny thing is though, he didn't win. He didn't even get a top 3. But that was exactly his plan. Milo knew this could be the perfect moment, if not the only moment, to regain his freedom. And so, without telling anyone, he decided to throw the race and touch a gate on purpose, removing much of the unwanted attention from winning of himself. And the story goes that later during the celebrations, his guard got drunk, and together with the help of the Swiss team, Duffek left Italy in the dead of night for Switzerland. He might not have won the race that day, but he won something even greater: his freedom. After his defection, he became a resident in Switzerland, and he continued to have a very successful career as a competitive peddler up until the 1980s. And he has helped introduce more advanced techniques to kayaking in the USA. Among them were front wave surfing, rolling, ferry gliding, and of course his Duffek stroke. He's also credited to be the first to apply whitewater techniques to flat water training, and is considered to be one of the most influential paddlers of the 50s. At the time of making this video, Milo is actually still alive, and we paddlers might owe him more than we know. And that is all that I have for you today, paddlers. I hope you liked this little nugget of kayaking history. And if you have more crazy stories that you would like me to make a video about, let me know them down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you like it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to help me out. Again, thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the water soon. And don't forget, paddle on.